Hello, so this is going to be the first real video for Polymathematical. This is going to cover a few things that are happening today, such as the local elections, that is, the local council elections and the local mayoral elections. Now, these have already happened. They will be over in about 15 minutes from when I started recording this video. It's 9:45 right now. And voting stops at 10 o'clock, so by the time this has been posted you will no longer be able to vote, but oh well. Anyway, so I did not introduce myself in the first video. My name is Jude, I'm 20, that's all you need to know. I'm young, and my name's Jude, that's all you need to know. Anyway, so moving on. So we have got the local elections today, as I said. This covers elections for councillors, and as well as that we also have elections for mayors. So the mayors, that's stuff like Manchester and London as well. A few of you may have heard of somebody called Boris Johnson. No, a lot of you will have heard of a person called Boris Johnson. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. So you'll have heard of him. He is one of the biggest influences in British politics because he was Mayor of London, which is one of the most powerful positions in the government, even though it's not an MP position, which is the other larger one, but it's one of the largest ones in the UK, if not the largest political position, well, most important political position behind PM and a few other roles as well. And I'm just going to run through what parties you can vote for today, where these parties sit at in the political spectrum. That is, you know, all the standard ones, Labour, Conservatives and a few others as well, which I'm going to run through. And as well as that, why you should be voting today and in the future as well. Because it's useful to vote. It's reasonable to vote, and you have it in your own interest to vote as well, because this shit does affect you. It affects me. I've gone out and voted today. I voted for Labour, and I'm proud to have done that. I'm a lefty. Yeah, so any people who are right-leaning may not enjoy a lot of videos that I do in the future, but there will be a range of stuff happening in each of the videos, so I can't really say whether somebody who's left-leaning will like it or whether somebody who's right-leaning will like it, or if even people who don't even follow politics will like it. They may just be interested. It's going to be quite a range. So yeah, fuck you. So among the parties that are available to be voted for today, we have the Labour Party, we have the Conservative Party. Those are the big two that everybody knows about, but as well as that we have about 4 others. I may forget some. We have the Green Party, sorry to swear. We also have the Lib Dems. We have the Brexit Party. I don't know if they're standing in this local election because they are a very new party. So I'm really not sure. And as well as that, we also have the Change Party UK, same case with them, not sure if they're standing because they're a very new party. We may go into a bit more depth with them as well, but basic gist is, oh, and as well we've got UKIP as well. But basic gist is that these parties that you can vote for today, or you could have voted for earlier today rather. So just a quick run through of what these parties do represent and why you may vote for the individual ones. I don't really care who you vote for. Obviously I prefer that you vote for Labour, so I guess I do care a little bit. But do as you will, do what benefits you, because that's what this whole voting process is for. There is benefit to you. Don't think that it's separate to yourself, because when you vote, it affects what happens in your local town. For me, there's a fucking big problem on our streets with dog shit. Now this sounds trivial as fuck, but it pisses me off. It pisses me off. There's dog shit everywhere. People, if you've got dogs, get a bag. Get a bag. Pick it up. It's part of a fucking job. It's part of a duty of having a dog. You gotta pick the shit up. It's like having a child. You gotta pick the shit up. You gotta deal with the shit. Anyway, as well as that, so it affects that sort of thing as well, because that's actually in the manifesto of my local Labour Party. They've said that we're going to be clearing up dog mess. It also affects how many police are on your street as well, and how they are deployed, and what they even do. So you really need to vote. It's really going to affect what you do, and it doesn't take that much time. I walked down to my local place to vote, and it took me all of 2 minutes. All I did was cross a box. I voted Labour, and I put the slip in the box, and that was me voting. That was it. It's not hard. It's really not hard. I walked down there, I sign a piece. I don't even sign a piece of paper. I'm just like, here's my name, here's my address. Done. Nobody cares. It's done. You're in the voting booth by yourself. It's done. And yeah, this also affects as well, if you're a bit more financially centred, which everybody is, it will also affect your council tax as well, because they change your local rates. Now, it may not be up for change in the local election that you're voting in, but everything is there for you to review, because your local investment and your local government, that's all part of you. It's your investment. You get to choose how it works. It's like you're part of the business, but you get a vote in it. Like, unlike every other business where you get shafted. Nah, not every business, but come on. And as well as that, if you want to just make yourself feel bad for about half a minute as well, you have a 10-year-old girl called Greta Thunberg who is leading the biggest climate change in the world right now, and she is 10 years old, as I said. She is 10. 10. This many. I don't need a third hand. She's that old and she's changing the world, and you're sat at home not even willing to fucking go out and vote. Come on, is it that hard? Really? Come on, she's 10. She's changing the world. What are you doing? Come on. Anyway, I think I've used up all of our time, but I'm going to quickly go over a few things. So, Brexit Party, bad. Nah, I'm joking. That's a very complicated issue. But I'm going to go into more detail on those sort of things as well, because I have actually been on both sides of that debate and vote. I've come down on Brexit side initially, and then backing Remain. The second referendum issue, that's a whole other thing as well. But we're going to get deeper into that later on. Not today, but there will be some videos in the future that I imagine will go into that. And as well as that, let's just go quickly over the spectrum. So on Labour, you got them as what is called the left. This is for people who are really not too much into politics. Just going to quickly go through that. They're on the left. Then you've got Conservatives on the right. And then you've got UKIP even further right. And this is basically like a description of their politics. And then similarly, you've got the Green Party, which is even further left. So with the, and then you've got Lib Dems in the middle. They're kind of like the bitch. Yeah. Sorry. And you've also got two new parties, which are Brexit Party and the Change Party. These have been newly introduced by Nigel Farage and breakaways from the Labour Party, and may go into them in a bit more depth, as they are the two newest political parties to the British political system since the the Lib Dems, which formed out of a combination of the SDP party, which is again a breakaway from the Labour Party, and the Liberal, I think they were just called the Liberals. That was in like the 90s, I believe, when both parties were flailing. And yeah, make sure to fucking vote.